Good morning friends, welcome to Sharekhan pre-market view. Indian markets after a long consolidation for the past week had a good session yesterday. Market put on a 300-point rally on the back of news that the government is looking at more reforms. However, if you look at the global markets yesterday, US market had a very negative session. The Dow closed down by close to 119 points, Nasdaq was down by about 18 points, S&P also after moving at the record highs, closed down by about 12 points. This was due to geopolitical concern which is again arising from Iran, Iraq, which overshadowed the positive data which came in yesterday. We had two data set points yesterday in the US market. First was the May housing new home sales. The data exceeded most analysts' expectation. Also, the consumer confidence data came in and the data showed a huge uptick to 85.5, beating the previous month reading of about close to 82. So, there's a good positive data showing that economy is on a strong track. However, the negative sentiment which is prevailing due to geopolitical tension which is putting pressure on crude hampered the indices out there. The Asian markets on the same concerns are trading mixed. Most of the Asian markets are down, barring Hang Seng which is up slightly by about 50 points and trading in the green. Singapore Nifty is indicating a flattish opening. The reading currently is 1 point up. If you look at the flows, yesterday FI continues to be buyers in the Indian equities. In the cash market, they pumped in about 285 crores. In the index future side, they were buyers of 624 crores, whereas DIs were on the selling spree, selling about 216 crore in cash market. Now, to have a view as to how Nifty is placed from here, given that we have expiry on the Thursday, that is tomorrow, let's have Sadhna.
Good morning friends, let's have a view on derivatives. Yesterday market started the session on a positive note and Nifty continued its journey towards northward direction as gains were seen in frontline stocks such as BPCL, BHEL, DLF, Bank of Baroda, NMDC, which were up by approximately 3 to 5% and supported the Nifty to hit the intraday high above the mark of 7,600. And except pharmaceutical sectors, most of the sectors closed with healthy gains, and Nifty finally settled at 7595 odd levels. In this period, we have seen that formation of long positions were built up by market players as around 15.45 lakh shares were added in open interest, which is approximately 30,000 contracts were added in Nifty futures, and price also increased by 90 rupees. On the other hand, cost of carry also increased by 86% from 20.13% to 36.96%. And Nifty futures premium also increased from 13 points to 15 points odd levels. In the options activity, PCR is increased from 0.79 to 0.86, which is clearly indicating that put option has added good number of shares than call option. In yesterday's trade, put option has added around 32 lakh shares in open interest, whereas call option has added around 22 lakh shares in open interest. And India VIX also, volatility also increased by approximately 1% from 18.96 to 19.19%. In the options activity, we have seen that 7,600 has reduced shares in open interest and activity shifted to 7,700. Now 7,700 stands with good number of shares in open interest. In the put option activity, we have seen that 7,500 has added good number of shares in open interest. Also 7,600 has seen good amount of activity in open interest but in yesterday's trade. There are 4 securities in bank period today. One is GMR Infra, second is HDI, third is India Real Estate and fourth is JP Associates. Yesterday FIs were net buyers of 623 crores in index futures. They were net buyers of 333 crores in index options. They were net sellers of 279 crores in stock futures and they were net sellers of 159 crore in stock options. Our 5-day CVM stands at 7,555. Lower range for the market would be 7,500 and higher range would be 7,700. As Singapore Nifty is up by 1 point, which is at 7593, and all US markets closed negative and Asian markets also trading negative. So we may see a marginal flattish to negative start in Nifty futures trade. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
Friends, now let's have a look at the actionable ideas for the day. Now Reserve Bank has allowed commercial banks to have NBFC companies being termed as business correspondents. Earlier RBI had also had distance criteria with the BC. Now this is a very positive development for most of the NBFC companies. and this is especially positive for Shriram Transport Finance Corporation, where one can take a long with a stop loss of 833 for potential target of 876 and above that 891. Also SKS Microfinance, which is trading at close to 271. This is a positive news for it. One can long it with stop loss of 266 for a potential target of 279 and above that at 284. Also friends, Engineers India has been confirmed with Navratna status by the Union government. Now this would be a very positive move for the company, since both it provides financial autonomy as well as operational autonomy to the company to work in both domestic and international market. One can long Engineers India with stop loss of 297 for potential target of 312 and above that at 317. Moving on to the watch list for today. Now the stock with positive bias that we have for trading today are BHEL, Wipro and Reliance Communication, whereas we feel one can short Sun Pharma today with a stop loss about close to 1.5 to 2%. Moving on to important news. Now government yesterday, as per media source, is looking to hike both LPG price as well as kerosene price. Now LPG price hike could be about 5 rupees per cylinder per month, and the kerosene by 1 rupee per liter per month. If this move is taken ahead, then this would every 1 rupee rise in kerosene price reduces under recovery by 850 crore. Though the quantum of subsidy which is going to get reduced is not much, however, this shows a very strong intent by government to remove the under recoveries and subsidies, especially in the oil and the gas sector, which would be taken very positively by investors. Now, as a part of its plan to deleverage its balance sheet, DLF has put on its Hinjewadi Information Technology Park on the block. Now this could help DLF raise about close to 300 crore, which is a positive news. However, contrary to this, there is also media reports which indicates that CCI has further ordered a probe on DLF. This is pertaining to alleged imposing unfair and unreasonable conditions on office buyers at one of its commercial project in Gurgaon. So we have both kind of news coming in DLF. We have news coming in that Reliance Communication is said to raise close to 4,300 crores. This is through QIP as well as issuing warrants to its promoter on preferential basis. Now the company has set the QIP price offer at 142.13. Now Maruti Suzuki is planning to launch an 800cc diesel engine in the current financial year. This would be the smallest diesel engine variant which would be available in the country. This would have a fuel efficiency of close to 30 kilometers per liter, and this engine would be in line what Maruti has in Celerio, and it's going to be launched as LCV. GMR Infrastructure is looking to have an QIP of close to 200 to 300 million dollars. This is close to 1200 to 1800 crore. Now this would primarily used by the company to reduce its debt. And mining minister has seeked speedy clearance for Hindustan Copper Mines stake sale. This is a positive news again on that front. Now moving on to further news, Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited is mulling to increase steel prices of its product following hike in railway freight charges, a company official has said. And also Parshvanath Developers is looking to raise money which is close to 1,000 crores. This is going to happen over the next 18 months and is going to happen through JVs and land parcel sale as per company. This is going to happen in the southern and the western region. That's all friends we have in today's session. Thank you.